Ba-ba-da-ba! Hello everyone, my name is Mr. McNair. I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and caricaturist and teacher. And today I'd like to show you a simple fun activity that we can do with drawing. We will be creating some little box people, or I don't know, cube people. And all that we'll need for that is a regular pencil. Mine has an eraser on the end, it's quite handy. And some irregular paper. Okay? Pause now, grab your pencil and paper, and we'll get started. Okay, you got everything? You ready? We're going to make simple characters using cubes as our base. Basis of a cube is, of course, a square. But before we start, I want to show you something very special. It's called pressure sensitivity. In the top left corner of our page, let's draw a little square. Then, let's put a little window in that square. Normally, when I find young people struggling with drawing and writing, their hand gets really tired because they press this hard. So in the top left corner, let's press nice and hard. Okay, that's pretty dark. Let's press a little bit lighter with our pencil in the box next to it. So, a little bit lighter. See, I'm just holding my pencil the same way, but not pressing down as hard. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's try that one more time and do it really soft, so I'm only just touching the paper. Can you see that? With the one pencil, we've got 3 different shades. So, this is really dark, this is a little bit dark, that one's very light, and this, well, it's just the paper. Let's remember that when we're drawing, we want to be using this one. Otherwise, our hand will get sore and we will get tired. Okay, so let's start with our little square people. We'll do 3 drawings, and you can stop at any time. I will draw the first one, which is just a square. Yeah. Like so. Even, even. Then I'm going to start by popping out some very simple little lines on the sides, and maybe some little lines on the bottom. And that stick figure stuff is okay, but I want to show you something a little bit more, I don't know, detailed. So I'm going to pop on a square on my hand here, and maybe a different type of square on this one. Then I'm going to double up this line, so 1, 2, and 1, 2. Then I will pop in a little thumb rectangle. So on the bottom of that square, pop a little rectangle going sideways towards the head, like this. Then I will get 1 long rectangle and maybe a smaller pair of rectangles, or squares. Pretty cool already, huh? And the same for the other side. Let's just do a little lump there. That'll do. Okay, so let's find the middle of our face, and I'm going to pop another big square. And then next to it, 2 more squares. 1, 2. Pause at any time if I'm going too fast. Let's get that a little bit darker. See how I'm working there, then there? That's how you should do it. Next to our nose, let's pop in 1 line there and 1 line there. That will be the bottom of our eyes. I will create 2 kind of new squares, like that. But I might make them go up a bit in the center. I might make some eyeballs in there just because that's fun. My eyeballs are going to be not so round, more like ovals. So I've got my ovals. I'm going to scribble in there, but I'm leaving that section white because it's a highlight. Same on the other side. Let's do that. Try and make, see how this one looks a bit bigger? Let's make this one a bit bigger. All right, And then let's get the sides of our eyes a little bit darker, a little bit darker. We're free to use this if you want to on these parts. So the eyes and the outside of the eyes can be using that. So nice and thick, nice and heavy. Let's add some little dashes underneath, 1, 2. And let's add maybe another dash above and above. For our eyebrows, let's get really crazy and take them right off the top of the head. Remember, in cartoon land, not everything has to make sense. You can have eyebrows that go way off your head. Alright, so I'm going to use 2 little rectangles, 1, 2. And because I want to make them nice and dark, I'm going to press nice and hard. So these ones can be pressing nice and hard. 1, 2. That's alright. Okay, let's get on to our mouth. Okay, so our mouth needs to end up so our eyes line up with the corners of our mouth. So I'm going to pop in 2 little lines underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to drag a line from the center of this one over to the center of that one, like that. Then I'm going to drag that line even further down and make kind of like a banana shape. Yeah? And then in the corners, let's drag in 2 sort of little triangles that sort of face the middle. So 2 triangles facing the middle. And you can scribble in the corner there just a little bit, nice and dark. Nice and dark in the corners. Maybe we should add a bottom lip. So just like so. And then maybe I might make the bottom of my nose a bit darker as well. Okie dokie. Now let's get onto those feet. I'm going to drag a second line back like this and a second line back like that. Oh, that one's too close. I'm going to fix that because I want them to be the same width. So, oh, is that quite right? I'm not sure. Now for my actual feet, I want to make them into rectangular prisms. So I'm going to pop in a little square either side and then drag that back to the foot. So dragging back to the foot, and then you can put a little curve shape on the underside of each foot. Makes them into cylinders. Okie dokie. To make this drawing more interesting and more fun, what we're going to do is we're going to add some heavier lines. So this one, I'm going to pop in a heavier line just here, because that is underneath and it will get a little bit more shadow, like so. Then I'll pop in 2 little triangles here and there, because that might also get a shadow. I make the side of my head a bit thicker, and maybe some more little shadows here. And also underneath our character, I'm going to pop a shadow on the ground. So just lightly, this is one of those, or maybe one of those, on the ground, create a kind of shadow. So as our character just isn't floating in space. You can have them standing on a surface. Okay, how did you go with that one? I think it's pretty cool. Let's start with a little square that goes on its side. See, it's rotated or turned, okay? Now we're going to drag 3 horizontal lines. 1, 2, 3. Trying to press nice and soft like this one. Then we're going to join those up. 1, 2. That's a pretty fast way of drawing a cube, huh? All right, so let's get straight on to creating a character. I'm going to pop in a leg first. So I'm going to say 1 leg. This is going to be coming straight out and forward. That's my little cylinder, but I need to pop that into a rectangle going upwards. So I'm going to pop in a rectangle going this way. And upwards like so. And then the other leg going backwards, so down and backwards the other foot can just be sort of going that way. Let's move on to our arms. I'm going to say my arm needs to come from here, and I will say this arm, because this leg is forward, this arm needs to be going backwards. So backwards with our cylinders. And this one will take an arm out this forwards and pop in another little square over this side. We can erase that as we go along. See, we'll get our cylinder nice and big, like so. Let's get onto our face. Our face, I'm going to figure out roughly where the middle is, which is about here, in this spot. We're going to pop in another big square. So my square will be just about there. But then because it's sort of 3D, I need to have the underside be showing. So that's my nose is just about there. All right, either side of my nose, I'm going to pop two little upwards lines, 1, 2, and then I'm going to pop in 2 vertical lines on both of my eyes, 1, 2, 1, 2, and maybe some lines that go up. Remember, these ones can be nice and dark. Up and up. And then I'm going to pop in a little smiley face, kind of a flat smile that goes like so. Maybe a little lip underneath there. All right. Then I've missed my eyeball, so I might pop in some eyeballs going upwards. 1, 2. They're a bit different to the other ones, but that's okay. Alrighty, and then let's pop in those eyebrows on top. And what else are we missing? Oh, I think I might give my character something unusual, maybe an umbrella, because our character is very square. I would like to have some curves of our umbrella. Just create a little N shape there, and this comes down into like a cone shape, like so. So let's go around and add a little bit of shadow around the place. So I'm going to say that this whole underside needs to be shadowed like so. So shadow, 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 all on the underside. And get rid of any lines that you don't need, like there, 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 there. Let's get that nose a bit squarer. Okay, that's all right. That's a good little character there. All right, for our last character, we're going to start with a different, well, a cube or a square facing a different way. Start with a square facing this way, but then we're going to drag lines down, down, and down. Then, like the last time, we're going to join up this one and that one, and this one and that one. Next up, let's get started with maybe, I'm going to pop a little hand coming out of the middle of here. So, little arm first, pointing up into a little sort of square with a little pointing thing on the end. So that can be our little hand. And then I'm going to figure out the next thing, which is I need to maybe get rid of the corner of that because I want a hand coming around from the outside, pointing to the inside. So it's just the same as that one, but bring it round from the outside. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to have is a big nose. I need to figure out where the middle is, so I'll lightly, really lightly, figure out where the middle is with a cross, and then I can pop my big nose just there. Alright, so there's my big nose. And then I'll drag that up a little bit. So my nose, the bottom of it is there, and we're looking down at it. Let's get the next little thing, which is 2 little lines next to the nose. 1, 2. And then just above those, I might just get 2 more lines and go 1, 2. Then I'm going to just close the gaps in between them. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Remember, like on our other ones, we can be nice and dark with those outside lines. So nice and dark here, nice and dark there. Okay. Get my nose a bit more round. Then I'm going to pop in just a very simple mouth, just a little thing like this. Maybe a little lip, little lumps here and there. And then I'm going to pop in some eyes going downwards. So it's just the same as our other eyes. Like so. And then we'll do nice and dark on the inside of the eyes. Leave a highlight, like so. And then you got your eyes on the inside. I'll get my little eyebrows, again, floating little rectangles up in the air. It's okay for them to be floating. Next up, let's get those little feet on. Our feet are going to be mostly hidden by our body. So we just need 2 little, well, 1 little cylinder here, which we can put a little box on the end of. And then we are going to get a little flower. And pop it there, just to be cute. Alright, to finish off our character, we need some shadows. So I'll get a little shadow on the arm here. And maybe on the underside of this arm here. And on the bottom of our cube body. Nice and heavy on the bottom of our cube body. Then of our feet. Maybe a bit of shadow on the feet as well. And then underneath the whole body, we should drop a whole shadow all the way under there. All right, tidy up. Maybe that line needs to be a bit tidier. Get rid of any lines that you don't need, like those ones. And you are good to go. All right, I'll put my little signature on that. And we're all done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed drawing those little square people or little cube people. I enjoyed it, I really like it. So remember, practice lots and try different things all the time. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.